Yeah, bro, I just make music every day, man. I don't try to overthink no more. I just like whatever.
It's crazy the way they talk about me. Try reading what I read when you know that nobody has a clue. But it's crazy how they're lost without me. But when you bless our ears, you know that that's just how I go. I know exactly what's coming for me. I know that most of them running from it. I know exactly why I came here. I know it seemed like the only way will change is by a miracle. But trust is coming very soon. Seems like you forgot I was the GOAT. Oh yeah, nigga Hov in the Hall of Fame.
What's going on, everyone? We live back on Black Friday Creator Series with James Drew, songwriter, producer, artist, genius, music mogul. He's known for his latest album, Interior Design. You can find it where?
Everywhere. iTunes. I even put it on SoundCloud for the free head, so it's everywhere for you.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate you coming through, letting us come through to your studio. This is definitely going to be a very enjoyable interview to talk to you about all the things you've been doing. You've been doing a lot of things lately,
Yeah, bro.
you know, and it's been a long time running. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, man. Where you rapping? How you got started in this business?
My name's James Drew, man. 23. I've been making music since I could remember, bro. My mom used to have, so she used to put the headphones on her stomach when I was born, bro. So really, music has just been in my spirit, in my DNA since I was born. So I was in band in school, all types of little stuff like that throughout life. But as I got older, my brother he actually got FL Studio. And I watched him watch him play around with that, and it just really intrigued me because I always, like I said, had that music gene, but then seeing how music was made, seeing my brother put together songs with his friends and stuff, I was like, oh, I need to be a part of this. So I started rapping, I started producing, I started everything. It was really my brother, man. My brother, like I always say in everything I do, man, like my family's like one of the biggest influences for everything I do, bro. So, but yeah.
How old is your brother?
27 or 28. I'm about to be 24, so yeah, he's 28. 24.
So being that your brother kind of was the peak to where you started off with music, in your career, how did his influence impact where you are now?
Oh, to be honest with you, just seeing my brother actually, like I said, create the music, it just helped me. Like it's home basement stuff, bro. We using the egg cartons and all that stuff for the installation. We had a van shoebox. We set the little mic from Walmart. It was like a $10 mic, and like really, you say how did it influence? It led me literally to where we are right now, just because it sounded terrible. It was trash. Like everything we did was sounding so trash. It sounded like you was recording on like a little, like, little baby mic, from the iPhone headphone. It was terrible, bro. It was like pathetic. So really, like, I started recording myself, but I ain't like the way I sounded. So like, I Googled, why does my music sound bad? And then people was like, you got to get it mixed. And I'm like, what is mixing? And once I hit enter on that, my whole life changed, bro. Like, that's why I'm sitting right here, bro. I typed in what is mixing on Google, and I'm here.
So what is James Drew like in the studio?
Man, weird.
Why you say that?
Cause I work by myself. Like, I don't like nobody in the room. I mean, at most I have like, like one person. Like, I like to be by myself and just like be in my own zone, bro. Like, I'm real just.
Is there any like routines that you gotta have when you're in the studio? Any special things like chicken or a bottle of water or something like that? Or
nah, man. I like being fried though. Like whatever my fried juice is for the day, whatever my fried festivities are for the day, it'll be what it be.
Any preference of marijuana that you like?
Of course, bro. I like anything that's not a body high, bro. Indica's not the move for me.
Do you write music or you kind of freestyle on your own?
I freestyle. I don't write. I used to write.
All of it?
Yeah, I haven't written in a minute. But it's line by line. There's like 2 to 3 bars at a time. Like I don't do the whole like all the way through, but I'll do like 2-3 lines at a time. So it's similar to writing. I just write using WAV files, man.
How do you think producers now are getting more exposure?
I don't think producers get more exposure.
Really? Why not?
I mean, I think there's a few, but there's always been a few that like bust through and be in videos and all types of stuff like that. It's weird, man. A lot of the background of the music doesn't get the shine, but it's because if you really think about it, like the background of music suck for real. Like what I do sucks, you know what I'm saying? Like, like working tediously to make sure the hi-hat sound perfect so it ain't killing your ears can take 30-40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Just if you're on a real mix. So like, and then like even just as a producer, working on finding the right kicks, you got to go through 100, 2,000. I mean, they be having thousands of kicks. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like so
that
going
deep?
through, they be going like people like Metro Boomin, people like that. It's sometimes they can cook in 10-15 minutes, but I'm talking about like really sitting there working on beats. Like it's boring. It's boring to watch. So I don't really think producers will ever have that type of shine like an artist, because what an artist does beyond the studio is exciting.
You think they're like underrated?
No, because they're
As far
well
as the
paid.
music?
Southside charged 40 bands a beat. You know what I'm saying? And he charged Future 20 bands a beat. And you know what I'm saying? And you got to think he get 4 or 5 projects, 4 or 5 beats per project.
That's a lot. That's a lot of
So
money.
like, I don't think they even care about being you know what I'm saying, underappreciated. You say underappreciated?
Underrated.
Underrated. I don't think they care about being underrated. They might be underappreciated.
So do you consider yourself more as an artist?
I think I would say I'm a record producer.
Okay.
Just because I know how to do everything, like mix, record, write, like actually do the recording itself. Besides sitting on this side, I can do it on this side and on that side. And I think that's why it makes me a record producer. I'm the person that you need in the room that can make that record, give you the bridge, give you the hook, give you everything. So and make it sound good and give you a nice beat to put it over. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this. I feel like I'm a new age, just record producer, and the reason I say that is because I think the future of this is all people who are like me. People like Russ. If you know who Russ is, production, engineering, and writing, songwriting all by itself. Like that's just the future. Like, cause
I didn't know he did that.
yeah, a lot of these artists, they don't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these studios don't rock with especially local studios don't rock with the local artists. You know what I'm saying? The local studios, they trying to work with Drake and all them. They trying to work with the biggest, and that's cool. That's respectable. But at the same time, you got undeveloped talent that's right around you, and they just need the skills. And a lot of these dudes are starting to turn to themselves for the skills. They don't care, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. I was one of them people. YouTube University, you know what I'm saying? I'm magna cum laude. YouTube University.
Learned it all from YouTube.
You know what I'm saying? So
Learned
like,
all.
that's how I feel like so most videographers back then, the director really was a person who, really had the vision for everything. But now your director is editing, he's shooting. You know what I'm saying? It's 2017, so it's different.
What do you think is probably the biggest challenge with that though? Trying to do it on your own.
That there is only so much information. Because most of the people on YouTube, it's that the age old saying, like those who can do, those who can't teach. So most of the people on YouTube is people who couldn't really, break into their field, and they just provide information that they may have learned along the way or read or whatever. So I think the biggest drawback is just experience, getting in the studio with actually, so you got to see people do what you want to do, whether it's engineering, whether it's artistry, whether it's filmmaking. You need to see someone who you admire actually do it, so you can know, like, you can have the knowledge to actually know how. That's most people stopping. Most people, they don't know how to do what they want to do. They got the big vision, they got the big production in their mind, and it's beautiful, the picture that they see, but they don't know how to actually go about making each one of those things a reality. So they stuck. So I would say knowledge, for real.
Is there anyone, when you talk about admired, like people that other people might admire, is there anyone that you admire in the industry right now? It could be local.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. I hate to be that type of person, be general, but like everybody. So, but major influences for like my sound and stuff like that go from like Kanye, Drake for real, Kendrick Cole, anybody that was real for real, Dre. That's where my work ethic come from. That one that had that perfect sound come from Dre.
If you could work with anyone alive or dead, who would it be?
Tupac.
Why? A lot of people say Tupac.
He's the realest nigga ever. Period. The realest nigga in the history of motherfuckers that ever walked this earth was, Tupac. to me, that's just my opinion. Him and Hov. I mean, I meet December 4th. I'm December 3rd. I love to work with Hov. I think that's really one of. I'm a sinner for not even using one of my major influences, Jay-Z, bro. Like I want to be like Jay-Z, man. I look to him for a lot of the ways, like Ye said, know how to move in a room full of vultures. Like I look at him for, you know what I'm saying, how to conduct myself.
How do you define who James Drew is?
James Drew
like
is
both as a person and as an artist.
So how would I define him?
Yeah.
It's interesting. I would just say work in progress, man. I'm always trying to learn. Like I really want to learn. Like I feel like, you know, school system and all that type of stuff, what they do is they distort what learning really truly is. And that's failure, you know what I'm saying? Repeated failure over and over again, just gathering new little bits of information. And that learning is really what drives success and what leads you to success. So really my thing is just learning, bro. Like that's James Drew in the studio is a learner, because I'll be the same person sitting here and I'll talk to you and I'll give you all the, you know what I'm saying, if you need help, I'll give you everything I know. I'll pour my brain and my soul out to you as far as that. But when it comes to like, you know, being in the studio with somebody I feel like is better than me or just as talented or even not as talented, I'm still a student. I'm learning. I'm trying to figure out something new. I work with artists as an engineer and I learn for engineering. I work with engineers as an artist and learn about engineers. It's always the same. I'm trying to be the coldest, bro.
When you talk about labels and stuff like that, have you ever worked with anybody from a label or like a recording artist or someone like local or mainstream?
I've worked with a lot of people, man. I've worked with 21 Savage. I've worked with B.O.B. I've worked with YG. I've worked with local artists, Red Flames. I didn't work with everybody for real around here, and then some national artists. But
what was those experiences like working with people like that?
That same thing I was talking about earlier, learning. Just learning. It's a learning situation, because being with Savage was cool, because like Savage, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know, like Savage is also growing, you know what I'm saying? He's growing as an artist. He's getting better and better as like we watching him emerge, you know what I'm saying? So like being in the studio with him was dope, because it gave me a whole new life. I ain't like his music before I worked with him. But after seeing his work ethic live, seeing him work on 5-6 tracks in a night, you know what I'm saying, knock him out.
Would you say sometimes it's kind of hard to balance your personal life with the music, or?
Oh yeah, I ain't got a personal life. I don't have a personal life.
Why do you say that?
I don't go out. I hate going out. I don't have a personal life. I'm either here, I'm at the house, at the studio, and people link with me there. I go see my family as much as I can. I go see my brother as much as I can. Like, that's it. Other than that, I don't really kick it with people. People know I got a rep around here. I don't answer the phone, because I'm always either working, or, you know what I'm saying, with somebody who's really important to me, whether my girl, you know what I'm saying, my family, all of that. Like, but for everybody else, for the people, start figuring out what you want to do. Young people, this ain't for anybody over 20, you know, 28, 29, 30. I don't, you know, there's no disrespect to anybody. I think 30 is the new 21, to be honest. But this is for the young heads. This world ain't ours yet. It will be very, very, very soon. And if we don't take the time right now to develop our skills and really see and talk, have the discussions with each other to figure out what we want and where we want this country and this world to go, if we don't start talking about that now, by the time we get into the positions as of presidents, you got to be 35 for that. Don't forget, 30. You know, when we become CEOs and COOs and CFOs of these companies, we're gonna be just like the people who are above us. Basically, have no idea what the fuck we doing and why we there. So I want everybody right now, if you're listening, please just figure out what you want to do for yourself, think for yourself, and go in. Because soon this will be your world and your kids' world. This is James Drew. You was locked in to Black Friday Entertainment. You can continue, you know what I'm saying, stand with me in my journey at James Drew Music everywhere. Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything. James Drew Music. Follow me and hit me up. Let's have some dialogue.
What if I was a waste man? That do my fate. Then I